Chapter 329. Yi Tian wanted to enter the ruins of the ancient gods to find the secret technique of physical cultivation, but he would not be stupid enough to break in. If he didn't know anything, he would be looking for death. If the danger of the ruins of the ancient gods was beyond his imagination, it would be impossible for him to enter it. No matter how important the opportunity was, it would not be as important as his life. Therefore, he had to understand the situation of the ancient god ruins and know the dangers before deciding whether to go or not. The purple wheel god did not hide it and revealed, according to the information, there are many formations in the ruins of the ancient gods, and even if a long time has passed, these formations are very powerful. There are many spaces in the ruins of the ancient gods, and there are some aliens in the space. Those aliens are forbidden and have no way to leave those spaces, but if the warriors break in, they will be besieged by those aliens. That's why the ruins of the ancient gods are so dangerous. Wanfa, Tianzhao, although your strength is good, I still recommend that you don't go in. The ruins of the ancient gods are too dangerous, and many big forces even explicitly prohibit Tianzhao, under their command, from entering the ruins of the ancient gods. Formations and aliens. Yi Tian had a slight count in his heart. Purple wheel god, are there still, Tianzhao, entering the ancient god ruins? Yi Tian asked again. Naturally, there are. Purple wheel god nodded. The temptation of the ancient god ruins is too great. Not only Tianzhao has broken in, but there are even many emperor-level people who have broken into the ancient god ruins. Due to time, no one knows what the specific situation is inside. Yi Tian asked a lot about the ruins of the ancient gods, and the purple wheel god was very patient and answered them one by one. After a long time, the two ended the conversation. Thank you for explaining this time. Before Yi Tian left, he thanked him. Although the purple wheel god didn't know much, at least it gave him a clear understanding of the ancient god ruins, so he wouldn't be confused. If the purple wheel god didn't say it, he would definitely have no bottom in his heart. 10,000 laws, Tianzhao, remember, don't enter the ruins of the ancient gods. Although the physical body cultivation secret technique is very good, life is more important. The purple wheel god reminded again. Purple wheel god, I know. Yi Tian nodded, but his inner thoughts, the purple wheel god didn't know. After going back, Yi Tian pondered for a long time. He was bound to obtain the secret technique of physical body cultivation, and his true purpose was to be the son of the universe. If you wanted to become a child of the universe, you must have emperor-level combat power, plus break the 20th physical limit, in order to be recognized by the universe and become a child of the universe. And it was necessary to cultivate the secret technique of the physical body, otherwise it would be difficult to achieve the son of the universe at all. He didn't have the support of a strong force, and it was very difficult to get the secret technique of physical cultivation. But this time the ancient god ruins were a hope. If he really gave up, he would be very unwilling. To go or not to go? Yi Tian thought about it for a long time and finally decided to go. This opportunity was hard to come by. If he gave up, he didn't know when the next time would be. However, he didn't prepare his own body to enter the ruins of the ancient gods. That would be too dangerous. He mainly relied on two talents, the soul transfer talent and the substitution talent. If you added a talent, it was a disguise talent. He needed to disguise the talent to hide his identity. The previous peerless, Tianzhao, was chased and killed by the three peerless, Tianzhao, and he must learn a lesson. In case the news of his obtaining the secret technique of physical body cultivation spread out, if his identity was revealed, even the Qin family would not be able to protect him, and he would only be able to wander the universe at that time, and maybe it would affect the earth. Therefore, he must hide his identity. This day, Yi Tian traded the resources on his body and exchanged them for a large number of charms, array discs, and elixirs to restore Yuan force, and so on. Moreover, he also prepared a large amount of fierce beast blood, and at a critical time, he could use the blood-devouring talent to absorb these fierce beast blood to replenish vitality and strength. After some preparations, Yi Tian left Yinyu Star. Shortly after Yi Tian left, the purple wheel god got the news. Wanfa, Tianzhao, still can't resist the temptation of the secret technique of physical cultivation. The purple wheel god sighed. He wanted to stop Yi Tian, but he also knew that he couldn't. Once Tianzhao decided on something, he would never give up easily. Besides, his relationship with Yi Tian was more like cooperation. Why should he stop Yi Tian? A kind reminder was already the limit. If he did more, he would pass the line. The ruins of the ancient gods were located in the Dolphin River Galaxy. The Dolphin River Galaxy was just a small galaxy, and there were 2 life planets before, but due to the birth of the ancient god relics, many emperors fought here, resulting in the destruction of these 2 life planets. As a result, today's Dolphin River Galaxy had completely become a dead galaxy, with no life at all. However, the ruins of the ancient gods of the Dolphin River Galaxy were also very lively here, with palaces floating around, and many warriors were watching here. Most of them were emperor level. This day, Yi Tian also came to the Guzheng Galaxy. At this time, he had already used his camouflage talent to disguise himself as an ordinary-looking emperor level, very inconspicuous. Even if he came to the ruins of the ancient gods, he did not attract the attention of other emperors. The ruins of the ancient gods were originally inside a star, but now due to the battle, this star had completely turned into countless fragments, and the outer periphery of the ruins of the ancient gods was the ruins of the true gods. If you looked down from the starry sky, you could see buildings that had been around for a long time, and in the center of countless buildings was a huge ball of light, and inside the ball of light were the remains of the ancient gods. Whoosh! Yi Tian approached the ruins and stood in the starry sky. His eyes were looking at the ruins, but his copying talent was shrouded, checking the talent of other people. Nothing good to be talented. Yi Tian shook his head, not interested in copying. He didn't enter the ruins, but listened to the other emperors' conversations. These emperors didn't dare to enter the ruins at will. They only chatted outside, and from time to time, some emperors came out to talk about the situation inside, so Yi Tian could easily know the general situation in the ruins. In short, it was very dangerous inside, and many emperors died. Suddenly, a powerful aura spread, and Yi Tian saw 2 worms in the starry sky pulling a palace to gallop in the starry sky, and soon came here. It's Yin Yu Star's lifeless pride. He actually came. There was an emperor-level exclamation. Wusheng Tianzhao liked to use 2 emperor-level worms to pull the palace through the starry sky, which was nothing new in the galaxy, so many emperor-level people knew about it. Now when they saw the 2 worms and the palace, they knew that it was the immortal Tianzhao. No life is arrogant. Yi Tian's heart moved. He was looking for Wusheng Tianzhao, but he didn't expect the other party to appear here. That was good luck. Haha. Wusheng Tianzhao, you are also interested in the ruins of the ancient gods. Another voice came. He saw a monk wearing Buddhist robes who was naked and came by trampling on the void. Silver Buddha Star, the pure sky of the 10,000 Buddha sect. Someone exclaimed again. After a while, a group of Tianzhao rushed over, as if they had made an appointment. Many Tianzhao of the 9 main stars of the galaxy are here. Isn't it that the major forces do not allow their Tianzhao to enter? Why are they here? Yi Tian was a little puzzled. At this time, many Tianzhao who came here did not have any background like him but came from big forces. For example, the 10,000 Buddha sect, which could almost be regarded as one of the overlords of the Silver Buddha Star, was far more powerful than the Qin family. I don't know how many times. It was a bit strange that the Tianzhao of such a big force had come. Weren't those great forces afraid that the Tianzhao under their command would fall in the ruins of the ancient gods? Or was there something else going on? Although Yi Tian had a lot of doubts in his heart, he didn't think deeply. His goal was talent, and it was important to copy talent at the moment. The copying talent was opened, and the range of thousands of miles was shrouded by him, and all those Tianzhao were shrouded by him. Seeing this, Yi Tian was suddenly pleasantly surprised. There are actually 2 Tianzhao with desolate cultivation talents. Chapter 330. Yi Tian originally just wanted to copy the palm talent of Wusheng Tianzhao, but so many Tianzhao appeared at once, and he checked the talents of other Tianzhao by the way. He didn't expect to easily find 2 desolate-level cultivation talents. Waste-level cultivators, he had been looking for them before, but he didn't find them, but he didn't expect to easily find 2 now. These 2 desolate-level cultivators, one was the pure sky, Tianzhao, and the other was the silver cloud star's dark blade, Tianzhao. These 2 Tianzhao had desolate-level cultivation talents, and their future prospects were much higher than those of other Tianzhao. However, talent had always been kept secret, and except for the forces behind them, others probably didn't know that these two Tianzhao had desolate cultivation talents. Waste level cultivation talent, copy. Waste level cultivation talent, copy. He copied 2 desolate cultivation talents in a row, and Yi Tian was in a very good mood. Then, he copied the palm talent of Wusheng Tianzhao. Wusheng Tianzhao had a Huihui level palm talent, and such a talent was not bad, enough for Yi Tian to use it temporarily. Huihui level palm talent, copy. Subsequently, Yi Tian observed the talents of other Tianzhao, but he didn't see any good talents, so he didn't continue to copy them. Since there were too many emperor levels nearby, and there was no place to hide, Yi Tian did not fuse the 3 talents that he had just copied, but chose to wait and see. Of the 9 main stars of the Milky Way, nearly 30 celestial stars gathered here, and the scene was naturally very lively. But after these Tianzhao came, they did not enter the ruins for the first time, but waited outside. As for what to wait for, Yi Tian and the others were not clear. About a few hours passed. Whoosh! A celestial star quickly retreated, away from the ruins. Yi Tian noticed that something was wrong, and he also retreated, away from the ruins. Most of the emperors retreated, but some did not leave. Suddenly, bright stars appeared in the starry sky, which were not real stars, but stars condensed with the power of the formation. Rumble! An unimaginable array covered the starry sky, and the terrifying power acted on the ruins. Yi Tian somewhat understood. This was estimated to be a large array arranged by the top powers in the galaxy, and the purpose was the ruins. Among the ruins, the light of the large arrays began to dim. This is the sealing array divine array, and the major forces are really willing to do it. A figure appeared in the starry sky, and the aura on his body was as impossible as the starry sky, and there was no end at all. When Jinkong Tianzhao and the others saw this person, they immediately said respectfully, "I have seen the voidless true God." God! When many emperors heard such a title, they were in awe. "I have seen the true God of emptiness. No need to be polite. I'm just coming to see." The voidless true God smiled faintly, and then the figure disappeared, as if it had never been. After a long time, Wusheng Tianzhao asked curiously, "Everyone, who is the true God of Wukong?" Pure Sky Tianzhao said, "The voidless true God is a Tianzhao 10,000 years ago. He was a 5-star Tianzhao at the beginning, and now he has become a true God. You can imagine how powerful the strength is." Hiss! Many emperors gasped one after another. He used to be a 5-star Tianzhao. A true god like that was not known how many times stronger than ordinary true gods and was definitely one of the most unprovoked true gods. It was no wonder that these Tianzhao were so respectful. After all, these Tianzhao had no place to be proud in front of the empty true god. How could they dare to be arrogant? Then, an emperor had the courage to ask, "Ladies and gentlemen, what do you mean by the voidless true God just said about the sealing array divine array?" As soon as he finished asking, this emperor level became nervous, for fear that Tianzhao would kill him if he didn't agree with him. The other Tianzhao all ignored this emperor level, but the pure sky Tianzhao opened his mouth and introduced, "The great array of sealing formations is a large array dedicated to formations. He can make many powerful formations lose 70 or 80% of their power, and many of the killing formations in the ruins of the ancient gods can bombard and kill Tianzhao. So the major forces of the galaxy have spent a huge amount of money to arrange this great array of sealing arrays, in order to weaken the power of the great array inside the ancient god ruins." I see. Many emperors understood, and immediately their hearts moved, and they also thought about entering the ruins of the ancient gods. But the next sentence of Pure Sky Tianzhao poured a basin of cold water on them. Although the power of the killing array in the ancient god ruins has weakened, but even so, the emperors below Tianzhao are almost dead when they enter the ancient god ruins. Yi Tian knew that the words of Pure Sky Tianzhao were not to scare these emperors, but to tell the truth. The real danger in the ruins of the ancient gods was not only the killing array but also the alien races that were captive in various small spaces. And even if the weakened killing array was enough to kill the 9-star emperor level. But not all emperors would be afraid, and many people would definitely want to give it a go. Pure Sky, Tianzhao, didn't say much. If someone tried to enter the real ancient god ruins, they deserved to die. If you had a small heart and only wandered around the ruins of the true gods outside, you might be able to get some benefits and come out alive. Rumble, the great god of the ceiling array, was thoroughly arranged and began to hide. Seeing that the time was almost up, one by one, Tianzhao flew into the ruins. They didn't care about the treasures of the true god ruins, but all rushed to the ancient god ruins. The relics of the ancient gods were their true purpose. Rush! An emperor shouted and rushed into the ruins. Suddenly, many emperors rushed in. Yi Tian also pretended to be a reckless emperor and entered the ruins. There were also many places of chance in the true god ruins, but Yi Tianji was not here. He also wanted to enter the ancient god ruins. But right now, he lacked a clone to perform the soul transfer secret technique. There were so many emperor-level people here. If he caught anyone, it would be a bit excessive. After all, people hadn't provoked him. Later, I will deliberately take out a strange object to attract other emperors. If there is an emperor-level attack on me, then I'll arrest him. Yi Tian planned so. The ruins were big and there were a lot of buildings. Not long after, Yi Tian walked out of a temple, holding a package in his hand, and a faint aura of strange things emanated. At this time, he deliberately pretended to be excited and flew out. It just so happened that there was an 8-star emperor level nearby, and he sensed Yi Tian's existence. Yi Tian used the hidden breath ring to hide his breath to a realm equivalent to just breaking the 10th physical limit. His breath was not strong, and he was even a little weak, as if he had been injured. Not far away, the 8-star emperor level saw Yi Tian and also sensed a strange thing. Strange thing. This emperor level should be injured, and now he is excited. I'm afraid it's an unusual strange thing. Kill him, and the treasure will be mine. Swish! He rushed over and shot towards Yi Tian. Die! This 8-star emperor showed a cruel smile, as if he had already witnessed Yi Tian's death. Breaking the 15th physical limit, good cultivation. As my clone, I can fully exert my strength. Yi Tian looked at each other and smiled. He broke the 15th physical limit, and the soul transfer talent could only be transferred to the body of the martial artist who broke the 15th physical limit at most. If the other party broke the 16th physical limit, he still couldn't perform soul transfer on the other party. The martial artist in front of him was definitely the most suitable target, which was why he exposed strange objects near this person. If this man didn't do anything to him, he would be embarrassed to do it. Now, this person had made a move, and he was not welcome. Space confinement. Rumble. The void froze, and this 8-star emperor level seemed to be stuck in a quagmire, and it was difficult to move. It's not good. He's hiding his cultivation aura. This 8-star emperor level saw Yi Tian's weird smile and immediately knew that he had been fooled. Don't kill me. This 8-star emperor level begged for mercy, but it was too late. A soul stab pierced through, and most of the soul of this 8-star emperor level was instantly annihilated. The next moment, Yi Tian exerted his hypnotic talent on him and successfully hypnotized the other party. Immediately, Yi Tian grabbed the other party and put it into the Void Mina realm. The Void Mina realm could pretend to be a living person, so there was no problem in pretending to be an emperor. Leave! Yi Tian flew out of the ruins, left the ruins after a while, and immediately flew towards an ordinary unmanned star in the Guzhang galaxy. After falling into this uninhabited star, Yi Tian opened a temporary cave on the earth and then arranged some formations. Yi Tian didn't carry out the soul transfer talent at the beginning, but began to fuse the 3 talents he had obtained before. 2 desolate level cultivation talents and 1 radiance level palm talent. At this time, Yi Tian was very curious. What kind of talent was above the desolate level cultivation talent? He couldn't wait, and he was the first to start fusing the desolate level cultivation talent. Chapter 331. Waste level cultivation talent, fusion. Yi Tian's desolate level cultivation talent and the copied desolate level cultivation talent began to merge, and a severe pain and transformation came in. 10 minutes passed. Yi Tian was covered in sweat, but there was no trace of fatigue on his face. After only a few minutes of rest, he started to fuse again, preparing to fuse the second desolate level cultivation talent into his own, completely transforming his cultivation talent. Rumble. The metamorphosis begins. In unimaginable pain, Yi Tian almost fell unconscious. After a long time, the fusion ended. Yi Tian also lay on the ground, panting heavily. Check. Copying the talent to check, Yi Tian's own cultivation talent was revealed. Cultivation talent. Hong level cultivation talent. Hong? Yi Tian was a little curious about this talent division. Hong and famine can form Hong famine. Cosmic desolation. This is a very ancient term. Could it be that the Hong level cultivation talent is above the second level of the universe? Yi Tian didn't know, and he didn't think deeply. The cultivation talent has transformed into a Hong level cultivation talent, and the talent can be said to have undergone a complete transformation, completely surpassing those so-called Tianjiao. Afterward, Yi Tian rested for a few hours, and when he had completely recovered, he began to transfer his soul in the cave. Wow! The 8-star Emperor was removed from the void Mina realm that he carried with him. Soul transfer talent, open. In a flash, the soul transfer talent was successfully cast. Yi Tian's body fell into a dormant state, and his soul entered the body of the 8-star Emperor, annihilating the opponent's soul and occupying the opponent's body. The plan is complete. It's time to enter the ancient god ruins. This time, I don't believe that with my many talents, I can't get a physical cultivation secret technique. Yi Tian muttered with the body of the 8-star Emperor. The main body is almost never in danger under this nameless planet, so there is no need to worry. Immediately, Yi Tian used this clone to fly away from the planet and go to the ruins. After a while, he arrived at the ruins, and flew all the way towards the ruins of the ancient gods. Originally, the ruins of the true gods were also very dangerous, but due to the birth of the ruins of the ancient gods, the peerless Tianjiao made a move, and almost ran the ruins of the true gods through a passage. There would be no danger in the middle of entering the ruins of the ancient gods along this passage. Otherwise, the Tianjiao will have to spend a little effort if they want to enter the ruins of the ancient gods. It's here. Yi Tian stood in front of the light group of the ancient god ruins, and without the slightest hesitation, he directly passed through the light group and entered the ancient god ruins. As soon as he passed through the light cluster, Yi Tian came to a quaint stone staircase, and from a distance, he saw a majestic temple standing on the top of the mountain. That temple was the real ruins of the ancient gods. Yi Tian could even see the phantom of an ancient god shrouding the sky, overlooking the common people. A pair of pupils seemed to run through time and space, staring at himself in the future world. It's so strong, Yi Tian exclaimed. Even a true god as powerful as the voidless true god was far inferior to this ancient god. From this stone staircase, you can go all the way to the temple, but this path is not easy to walk. Formation talent. Yi Tian opened his Huihui level formation talent, and saw a different world with a pair of pupils. Killing arrays are all over the void, and there are many different dimensional spaces. There is no way to avoid them, and they can only reach the ancient temple by forcing them through. Taking a step, Yi Tian obviously sensed a pulling force. In the blink of an eye, he found himself in the middle of a killing array. Boom! 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 Wind blades emerged from the void one after another, slashing towards Yi Tian one after another. These wind blades contained terrifying power, and each wind blade was enough to seriously injure a 9-star Emperor level. It can be said that once the 9-star Emperor level comes here, he will definitely die. This killing array has still been weakened a lot by the sealing array God array, otherwise a star Tianjiao will definitely die if he comes here. Yi Tian thought to himself. God level defense talent. God level iron armor talent. Xuanlin turtle defense secret technique. Yi Tian opened these two major defensive talents, a major defensive secret technique, and stubbornly resisted the attacks of these wind blades. A minute passes. Suddenly, Yi Tian found that he had left the big array. This killing array is like a test, and it only takes a minute to withstand an attack to pass it. Yi Tian continued to walk forward, and before a certain distance he would encounter a killing array. With his super defense and other innate abilities, Yi Tian forced himself through one killing array after another. Suddenly, a gust of wind hit, and Yi Tian suddenly felt a spatial power. Before he could resist, he found that he had been transported to a different dimension. On the grassy earth, Yi Tian stood here, obviously sensing the strangeness of this space. There is no sun, and there is a faint black smell in the air. Kill the 10 Moro emperors or stay for 10 days, and you can leave. A mechanical voice resounded in Yi Tian's ears. Assessment. Yi Tian's expression was solemn. Unlike the killing array has been weakened a lot, and the assessment of this xenodimensional space has definitely not been weakened. Before, there was a Tianzhao who fell on the ruins of the ancient gods, and it was not 1 or 2 who fell. Killing 10 Moro emperors can pass the assessment, but this task is definitely not simple. Immediately, Yi Tian buried a substitute doppelganger into the ground, and then the whole person quickly teleported away. Teleporting away from a distance, he uses his invisibility talent to go into invisibility. Not long after Yi Tian used his stealth talent to stealth, a black figure appeared in the sky. These black figures were different from the black people on the earth. They were that weird black, and their bodies were covered with mysterious lines. A pair of pupils were purple, and there was a single horn on their foreheads. Moro. This is what the ancient gods and ruins call these people, and it is obviously an alien race. Yi Tian didn't know much about foreign races. He only knew about the Fierce Beast clan and the Dragon clan, and he didn't know anything else. It's all some saint-level Moro clan. Yi Tian glanced around and said secretly. However, there must be an emperor-level Moro clan nearby, and the other party must have discovered him and was looking for him. After a while, these Moro clan saint levels went to other areas, and Yi Tian flew in the other direction. Soon, he came to a Moro village. Although it was only a village, Yi Tian was shocked to find that the strength of the Moro clan in this village was not weak. Except for children, all adults had the strength of Grandmaster level or above. Surreptitiously, Yi Tian used his copying talent to shroud several Moro clan kings and check their talents. Moro. Hadman. Cultivation talent, Morningstar. Strength talents, medium. Defense talent, advanced. Speed talent, top. Marksmanship talent, top. Undead talent, weak, etc. Immortal talent? Yi Tian was a little surprised. What kind of talent is this? It is claimed to be immortal. Soon, Yi Tian was even more surprised. Almost all the Moro clans had this immortal talent, but some of the Moro clans' immortal talent was more advanced, and some of the Moro clans' immortal talent was relatively low level. It's a pity that I was a little far away from those saint-level Moro clans before, and I didn't have a chance to check their talents. Yi Tian sighed secretly. The immortal talents of the Moro tribe in this village are relatively low, so he didn't want to copy them, so as not to waste the opportunity to copy. After all, he can only copy 5 talents a day now. Knowing that the Moro clan had an immortal talent, he naturally had to plan carefully. Swish! Yi Tian left and continued to search for the place where the Moro tribe lived. This alien space is not small, and there are many Moro tribes, and Moro villages are dotted on the land. During this period, Yi Tian interrogated some of the Moro tribes, and by the way, learned their language from the Moro tribes. As an emperor, learning a language is also very fast, and a few minutes is enough to learn it thoroughly. More than an hour later, Yi Tian came to a city. He stealthily entered the city, using his copy talent to check the talents of the Moro people in the city. Since the copying talent is also suppressed in the ruins of the ancient gods, it can only be viewed within a range of 500 meters, so it can only view the talent of a few Moro people at one time. Hey, high immortal talent. Good, copy. Yi Tian's gaze stared at the talent of a middle-aged Moro clansman, and he copied the other party's high-level immortal talent with a single thought. Chapter 332. This Moro city's territory is not very large. Not to mention compared to the superbase of Yinyu Star, even compared to the superbase on the Earth, it is much inferior. However, this is also very normal. This alien space is actually a prison. These Moro people can't get out at all, and the resources here must be limited, and it is impossible for them to reproduce in large numbers. If there are too many Moro people, it will consume a lot of resources, and it will be difficult for the Moro people at the top level to improve their cultivation and strength. Yi Tian spent half a day walking through the entire city and only found such a high-level immortal talent. Somewhere in the city, Yi Tian hid in an uninhabited room and began to fuse the immortal talent. 10 minutes later, the immortal talent was fused. At this time, he finally knew what the ability of this immortal talent was. If you don't die, you won't die. Yi Tian was shocked. If a person is hit in a vital spot, such as by cutting off his head, he is basically dead, and his vitality will dissipate in a short time. But people with immortal talent are different. A warrior with immortal talent, even if his head is cut off, will not die, but his vitality will pass slowly. As long as he presses his head back in time and his vitality stops flowing, he can recover. If you want to kill a person with immortal talent, it is useless to hit the vital point. You can only continue to annihilate the opponent's vitality, and after completely annihilating the vitality, it can be regarded as truly killing the opponent. In short, this talent is very rebellious. The immortal talent and the blood-devouring talent are very compatible. The blood-devouring talent can absorb the blood of other creatures to make up for the vitality, and the immortal talent needs to consume the vitality. If there is enough blood to replenish, I am equal to immortal. Yi Tian thought to himself. Of course, if he encounters an enemy who is far stronger than him, no matter how powerful his immortal talent is, it is useless. The enemy can annihilate all his vitality with one move, and even his body will be completely annihilated. But in the face of a strong man of the same level, the immortal talent is awesome. The emperor level of the Moro clan is estimated to have a relatively high immortal talent. If there is a 9-star emperor level Moro clan, I'm afraid even I won't be able to kill him with one move. It will take a little effort. Yi Tian thought to himself. But when it comes to the resource problem of this different dimension, it is estimated that it is very difficult for the Moro clan to give birth to a 9-star emperor. Leaving this city, Yi Tian continued to fly. There's an emperor-level Moro clan in front. Yi Tian's heart moved, and he gradually approached the past. After a while, he approached the emperor-level Moro clan. This Moro clan is cultivating on a mountain cliff, where the wind vitality is relatively strong, and the other party is using the wind vitality to refine the body. Yi Tian checked the other party's talent and immediately shook his head. This Moro Emperor level only has a medium immortal talent. Except for an arcane level Windblade talent, the other talents are relatively average, and there is not even a talent that stacks with the Strength talent. In terms of strength, he didn't even have a 1-star Emperor level. After all, this Moro clan is an emperor. He should know a lot of secrets. Hypnotize him to interrogate. Yi Tian appeared in front of him and fixed him with his spatial talent. Who are you? The Moro was a little alarmed. Although Yi Tian is now under the talent of disguise, he has disguised himself as a Moro clan, but he is a new face. This Moro clan emperor doesn't know Yi Tian, so he is naturally very surprised. There are not many emperors in the Moro tribe. Who wouldn't be surprised when a strange emperor suddenly appeared? The key is that Yi Tian imprisoned him with his spatial talent. Suddenly, he was terrified. Hypnosis. Yi Tian opened the top hypnotic talent and easily hypnotized this Moro emperor. Tell me about this space and its origins. Yi Tian asked. Soon, the Moro revealed a lot of information. As for the origin of the space, this Moro tribe is not very clear. They only know that a long time ago, their Moro tribe was captured by a powerful part of the tribe and imprisoned in this space. Every once in a while, a trialist entered this space and killed their clansmen. And as long as they kill the trialist, they can get a part of the reward. After a long time, there were no more testers in this space, but they couldn't get out, and they were trapped in this space forever. And Yi Tian also got a piece of information. There is a divine mountain in the center of this space, and there is a large hall on top of the sacred mountain, and a very powerful emperor-level powerhouse can enter the main hall to obtain some benefits. Every once in a while, the Moro clan will give birth to an extremely terrifying emperor, break into the main hall and bring out some treasures. These treasures will be the basis for the birth of strong people in the Moro clan in the future. From generation to generation, the main hall, the treasure. Yi Tian's heart moved. Before, he had heard that the peerless Tianzhao had brought out a physical body cultivation secret technique, which was not necessarily brought out of the ancient temple, but most likely from the alien dimension. If you want to enter the ancient temple, you need to break through one killing array and another dimension. Even the peerless Tianzhao is estimated to be unable to break into the ancient temple, and the only place where you can get benefits is these different dimensions. The ancient god captured many alien races and imprisoned them in the alien dimension, so that later generations could enter the trials one by one. These alien realms also had a chance, and even the alien race could obtain treasures, so that the strength of the alien race could not be weakened. Aliens can obtain treasures, and a trialist like him must be able to do the same. Thinking like this, Yi Tian was overjoyed. How many strong people are there in your Moro clan? Yi Tian asked again. 10 god level, about 100 emperor level. The Moro emperor said. 10 god level. Yi Tian's pupils shrank. He finally knew why Tianzhao had fallen. It was unlikely that the Moro clan would give birth to Tianzhao, because of the lack of resources, and the fact that there were few Moro tribes here. It was difficult to give birth to Tianzhao. But why did Tianzhao fall? Because of the god level. The god level of the Moro clan doesn't care what kind of Tianzhao you are. The rule that Tianzhao cannot be disgraced does not apply to them. Once a Tianzhao is discovered by the god level of the Moro clan, it will be dangerous. Tianzhao can indeed kill a weaker god level, but the Moro clan must have a powerful god level. As long as it is a god level promoted by a 6-star or 7-star emperor, it is enough to kill a weaker Tianzhao. If it is a god level achievement of an 8-star emperor level achievement, it can even kill a 5-star Tianzhao, but only a 6-star peerless Tianzhao is comparable to a god level powerhouse with a 9-star emperor level achievement. And god level powerhouses can also cultivate. It can't always be a level that has just broken through. As long as they cultivate for a period of time, their strength will be even more terrifying, and it is no problem to kill the peerless Tianzhao. For example, the 10 Tianzhao of the Moro clan must not be the god level that has just broken through. Some god level must have cultivated for a long time, and their strength is much more terrifying than the peerless Tianzhao. If a Tianzhao enters here, without stealth talent and disguise talent, once he is discovered by the god level powerhouse of the Moro clan, he will almost definitely die. No wonder there will be a fall of Tianzhao. If you don't have the talent of stealth and disguise, I am afraid that you will be discovered by the people of the Moro clan a long time ago, and then notify the god-level powerhouse of the Moro clan. Yi Tian frowned. The talent for stealth is not invincible. He already knows this. Moreover, the top-level stealth talent can't hide it from the god-level powerhouse, and the god-level powerhouse's divine sense will undergo a transformation, which is enough to see through the stealth talent. The only way that Yi Tian can hide from a god-level powerhouse at present is the ability to escape into space with spatial talent. Once he escapes into space, unless there are some special means, there is no way to detect his existence. And who is so bored as to check the situation in the space all the time? Escaping into the space is almost impossible to detect. Is there a strong man guarding that hall? Yi Tian asked the last question. The emperor of the Moro clan replied, "There is a god level of my clan who has been guarding there for a long time." There is a god level guard? Yi Tian suddenly felt that it was a little difficult to do, and if he wanted to enter that hall, he probably had to think about it. Soul Thorn. Yi Tian used his soul attack talent to instantly kill this Moro emperor. Killing aliens, he didn't have the slightest mercy. After killing this Moro emperor, Yi Tian turned around and left.